Hi, Wendy here. I am here to give you a very brief tour of George Rodrigue's Mardi Gras colors on view through March 14th at the Carnegie Visual Arts Center in beautiful Decatur, Alabama. Let's take a quick look. So this, of course, is the powerhouse that started it all, but let's just pan around and see what's going on. We have Tea Teddy, which is one of the few paintings that did not burn in George Rodrigue's Cafe Tea George back in 1997. George completely repainted it. It did have heavy smoke damage in the last year of his life, just months before. He remembered Tea Teddy. He didn't have a teddy bear when he was a little boy. There he is. And so he painted himself one with his cousin Arlene there at Mardi Gras. Look at this show. We have Miss July 4th, Karen Crow, Louisiana is the earliest painting here. 1971, why July 4th? That was the theme of their crew, right? And you've got these women as soldiers from George's mama's photo album, y'all. Look how great. There you go. And we've got the kinds of paintings he did for children, right, as demo pieces. So cool when we were in schools. We have lots of acrylic landscapes. This exhibition was curated by Dana Holland-Beickert for the George Rodrigue Life and Legacy Foundation. And we are entering our 10th year. Very exciting. Here's a new slant on life. Speaking of which, this is from 1992. I just had this cleaned and framed, and it is on view here for the first time. And there we have a Banana Split Sundae from George's last year of life. Very cheery, very happy in this piece. And there we've got Miss Jessica working very hard. She and Dana worked together to put this show on and make it so magnificent. Look at these powerhouse, huge pieces. You can tell how large they are because look at tiny little Jessica next to these big pieces. And we are getting ready for the opening reception tonight of this fabulous exhibition. And let's just pan around real quick so that I keep my promise to keep this tour short, because you know I could go on for about 3 hours, which we definitely will do at some point. This piece is on view for the very first time. I just had it completely cleaned, roundabout. Isn't it fantastic? George, very much about shape, design, and color. This show is very much about how Mardi Gras influenced George all year long. You know, not just at Carnival time, but throughout the year. Here he is as king in 1994 of the Washington Mardi Gras Ball. Washington Mardi Gras Ball coming up real soon here. Actually, the 2026 one. And here we have 4 oaks for 4 dogs. I sometimes think this is a painting of George's mind. Yeah, we have so many great pieces here. I love these acrylic landscapes, all from 2009, 40 in the series. These very loose, sketchy pieces. This is one I have dreamed about repeatedly. I've shared before. And George's magnificent Zydeco Steppen on view for the very first time ever. Recently cleaned, framed, absolutely magnificent from 1988. So let's pan around. So important. The last painting on George's easel called Don't Slow Me Down. That was George, full of optimism all the way through. Now you can see across the room lots of wonderful text panels here with Rodrigue history. And let's take a brief look in here because everybody loves all this. We have George's magnificent clothing items. Just a few fun examples from Mardi Gras. This is when he was king of the DC Mardi Gras in 94. This was my sweatshirt that he made for all of us that were there supporting him, the King's crew. Typical Cajun spelling, right? And this was George's king. It's good to be the king. And you can tell it's his too because it's covered in paint splatters. He loved to wear it. And of course, this is his leather jacket that if you knew George, you definitely knew this jacket. It was his favorite dress-up piece. Yeah. And here we have wonderful, look, sterling silver dogs. Those are made by Douglas Magnus, who is my husband today and was very good friends with George and is a master silversmith. This jacket dates from 1994, 3-4. Yeah, it is made by Arturo of North Beach Leather, and Miss Alicia Devora made this incredible beadwork. Look, you can see more on the back there. Hi, y'all. Happy Mardi Gras. We are almost through on this very quick tour. We have the great He's a Mean Flower Machine, and look at this video. This video is every bit as much an art piece as any painting in here. There's George, and there's his doubloons. This was during the crew of Argus. Douglas Magnus made this film, and it is 8 hours of footage edited down to a expert 30 minutes by Mr. Kyle Meyer of Cameo Productions in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So come take a look, and also you can see it on YouTube. I have uploaded it there to my channel, Wendy Rodrigue Magnus, A Life in the Arts. And finally, we've got the great Clifton Chenier. It's not Mardi Gras without music, right? Clifton Chenier, the king of Zydeco. George said Clifton inspired him because even after his advanced diabetes and they took his foot, he kept on playing dance music. Yeah. And we end by going right back. There's Douglas and Miss Kimberly through the doorway there to the front here. We end with, well, this is the last portrait that George did of me. Whole story behind that. And that would be not long before he died. And this is his last self-portrait. Probably the most important piece of his life. Wonderful story here too. George asking, where am I going? What does it all mean? Yeah. And with that was your tour. I just want you to see the front of it if you want to, because it's great. This is the beautiful neighborhood here in Decatur. They're all ready for Mardi Gras. I'm going to be Grand Marshal of their parade, which is really fun, on February the 14th. I think I may have mentioned earlier. So come back and see me if you can. And with that, happy Mardi Gras, y'all. Enjoy life.